And you'll set this up towards the back of your mat. The blocks go first. They are like a set of stairs. Just a couple inches in between the two, because that's going to give you a firmer base. And then you can lie the bolster on top. Oh, yes. And I'm going to pass these little things out. Oh, you have one, Cindy. This side says no. It means I don't want you to touch me or correct me or do anything. And then this side is like, oh yeah, I'm open to that. So you can change your mind. Okay, so your butt goes on the floor. That's like the best way I can say it. Your butt goes on the floor. So the tip of the bolster fills in the low back. You know that natural curve in the low back? You want to make sure that you're supported right there. And then your legs, it's your choice. If your back is tender, if your low back especially is tender, I would bend the knees and place the feet on the floor. And then you can even widen the feet and let the inner knees knock together if that feels okay. Right? You want to find a place that feels like you can stay, but also you're going towards sensation, right? A little good stretch in the outer hips. And then if it feels comfortable, you can close your eyes. Or just soften your gaze so you take in less of the room. And then you can go ahead, take a few breaths in through your nose. And then open the mouth, big sigh out. 2 more like that. Deep breath in through the nose. When you need to, open the mouth, let it go. At least 1 more like that for now. Deepest breath you've taken all day. Inhale. And let it go. Exhale. Keep your mouth open, move your jaw around just to relax the jaw, just to loosen and relax the face. And then you can leave some space between your upper teeth and your lower teeth. And if you can, this will build a little bit of heat in the body just to let the breath come in and out through the nose. And you don't need to force the breath. You can just let it be what it is right now. And see if you can bring your attention, your awareness to your chest and your shoulders. And notice how the position of your body and the props beneath you help to prop open the chest. So all of a sudden, it's like the opposite of sitting at a computer or hunched over anything, the garden. Holding a baby, this is the opposite. Nice space around the chest, around the heart. And the breath always helps. So you might now start to deepen your breath. So as you inhale, you feel the beginning of the breath down in your belly. You feel it rise into your rib cage. And then all the way to the top of the chest, you feel the collarbone spread. And then as you exhale, you feel the chest soften down, the ribs draw in, and the belly drops down. And see if you can keep that going. Feel the beginning, and the middle, and the top of the breath in. Feel the chest expand. Exhale from the chest to the ribs, back to the belly. And just try a few rounds like that on your own, nice and easy, allowing the breath to be a bit fuller than it was when you walked in. And anytime you need to, anytime you get stuck or distracted, just open the mouth. Let the breath go. Let go of heat. Let go of holding. Let's say 5 more rounds of breath, just like this. If this is the first quiet moment you've had all day, you might just take the next moment and just check in with yourself, see what you need, see how you're feeling in your body today. Are there parts of you that feel really good? Is there something that needs your attention? Just take a moment, like a little snapshot of yourself in this instant. And however you're showing up is perfect. Because we all made it here together, let's take a deep breath in through the nose together. And then again, you can open the mouth, exhale. Let's do 2 more. Inhale. And from the mouth, let it go. And the deepest breath you've taken all day together. Inhale. Open the mouth, let it go. You can stay easy with yourself. You can keep the eyes closed. If it would feel okay on your shoulders, you can take your arms up, stretch them alongside your ears. And then up there, maybe you can catch opposite elbows and let the forearms kind of fall back. And then breathe into your armpits, which sounds funny, but you can kind of feel the breath reach all the way up there. And you can open the mouth, let it go. Good, 1 or 2 more like that. Exhale. And 1 more, breathe in. And let it go. You can release the arms down, you can roll your shoulders, and just let your head move side to side so your neck starts to stretch. And you feel like those ropey bands on the side of your neck start to lengthen out, loosen, relax. You can stretch your fingers, you can stretch your toes. If your knees have been bent the whole time, you might straighten them out and see if you can press all the way down through the tips of your toes. And exhale. And take your time. You can bend your knees again. You can roll to your side. You can actually stay on the bolster. You just kind of roll to the side. So you're kind of pausing in the little elevated fetal position. And then you can use your hands to help press yourself up to a seat. And just sit for a moment. Just let yourself land. You can do anything you want here. And then eventually you'll have this administrative moment where you take the bolster off to the side and bring your 2 blocks up to the front. If your knees need a little extra cushion, which I mean, probably mine do too, so I should get a blanket. Take your blanket, open it up in the middle of your mat, and you can bring your blocks up to the front. And you can come to your hands and your knees. And if you like, if that breathe into your armpits sensation like gave you space where you needed space, I would say try cat-cow with the blocks. So you can have your blocks on the lowest, widest elevation here. And as you breathe in, you can lift your tailbone up. That's the base of your spine. It's kind of like sticking your butt up toward the ceiling. You can look up. And as you breathe out, you can tuck your tailbone down, round through your back, and drop your head. And you keep that going. You move at your own pace. Inhale. And exhale. And let's say 10 rounds or so. You can keep it just like that. But you can also start to move from side to side. Imagine like a dog wagging its tail. It's kind of like that. And you just start to pull out space in the low back, the sides of the waist. And your head can be an afterthought. It's heavy, so just let it go. And there's not too much to see here, so you can always keep your eyes closed or just the gaze nice and soft down on the floor. And you can keep doing what you're doing. Just notice what your toes are doing. And you might try tucking them under so that you can start to add a little forward and backward movement. So you kind of let the heels slope back, or the hips slope back toward the heels. And you can rock forward. And you start to stretch out the soles of your feet, right? The soles of your feet. And that connective tissue travels all the way up the whole back of your body and connects to the base of your skull. So just stretching the feet might help you loosen the grip on the jaw, the neck. And if you want to intensify that, 1 foot at a time, you can extend that leg back so the leg is straight. And then this brings the stretch. Perhaps you feel it in like the Achilles, on the back of the ankle. Yeah, you might even feel this in the front hip flexor of the extended leg. So this whole leg gets to lengthen. Wherever you are, give yourself a nice deep breath in. You can open the mouth, exhale. And then just switch the legs when you're ready, nice and easy. Your pace, your movement, your stretch. And as you inhale, feel the mid-back lengthen. So you feel your spine extend. As you exhale, let your shoulders relax right where they are. And take one more big breath in. Open the mouth, let it go. Bring that knee back down. You can widen the knees so they come about as wide as your yoga mat, maybe not quite. Untuck the toes so the toenail sides of the feet are on the ground. And you can lay your hips all the way back toward your heels. You can keep the blocks. You can rest your hands or your forearms. If you want more of an armpit stretch, which maybe you never thought of, you can bend your elbows onto the blocks. Bring your hands together like a prayer at the base of your skull. Yeah. And the elbows are kind of gathering toward the midline. So kind of, yeah, that's it. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Inhale. Exhale. And give it one more good breath in. And a good breath out. If you like where you are, stay another breath or two. When you're ready, you can come back to all fours, that tabletop position. Bring your right block over toward your left. So now you have this free space up at the right top of your mat. Extend the right leg behind you as you breathe in. You can bend the knee up there, open the hip, and start to circle this knee around. So you're kind of tracing these big circles around on the floor, the walls. Yeah. You can move your toes and your ankle too. Good. And then extend the leg long behind you. That's a breath in. Use your belly to help you step this right foot forward. Wherever it gets to is good. You can take your right hand and kind of hoof it to the top. Your blocks and your hands are to the inside of your right foot. Tuck your toes behind you. Lift the back knee up. And then just like you rocked forward and back before, you can start to find that same movement here. Keep your spine long and your chest broad. You can find some freedom in your hips. So see what it feels like to kind of work those side to side, maybe even like a circle of the hip as you rock back and forth. Just see if you can let it feel good. If there's something that feels really nice, keep going with that. A deep breath in. And open the mouth, exhale. Drop your back knee to the floor again. You can untuck the toes or keep them tucked. You're gonna start to straighten up this front leg. You might step the blocks back. So your front leg is straight-ish, and for a lot of us, it makes sense to come up to a higher height on the block. As you breathe in, let your navel move forward, your chest moves forward, your face lifts up. As you breathe out, keep all that space around your heart. You can just start to fold so you feel like a nice little tug in the back of your right hamstrings. And you try that a few times. You lift up halfway as you breathe in. And you fold as you breathe out. Try 2 more pulses. Inhale. Exhale. And one more like that. Nice and long breath in. And fold. Breathe out. Okay, you can stay folded a few breaths like this. You can shake out your head. You can even let your hips kind of move side to side. And even open and close this front foot. That's just going to change where you feel this. Maybe like the inner groin starts to stretch as you turn the toes in. Outer hip. And then bring your attention to your mid-back, the space right behind your heart. See if you can lengthen there as you breathe in. So your hips move back, your chest rises again. And then exhale, fold into the space you just found. 2 more, breathe in. Breathe out. And 1 more inhale. You can open the mouth, stick out the tongue. Okay, if you're down low, take your time, come back up. Your hands press into the block. You can re-bend this knee and then bring it back to meet the left one. You can lower the blocks again. Your choice. You can cat-cow your spine like we started with. Some of you might want a bigger back body stretch. If it's in your practice today, it's there for you to lift your hips up and back towards downward facing dog. And you can keep your hands on the blocks. It's like a nice relief for the wrist too. It's a little bit different load to bear on the wrist if you're used to doing this with hands on the floor. Okay, wherever you are, take a few breaths, let your body feel the shape. Yeah, down dog, you can bend your knees one at a time, pedal out your feet. Good. And wherever you are, put some space into the mid-back. Put your breath there, lengthen between your hips and your shoulders. And anytime you need to, you can open your mouth to exhale. 2 more breaths. Let it go. 1 more time, breathe in. You can stick out the tongue, exhale. Good. Drop your knees to the ground. Lift your left leg behind you when you're ready. Bend the knee up there, open the hip, and start to circle this leg around. Yeah, it's like a nice outer butt stretch, the outer hip. And really, you're just moving the whole thigh bone around in your hip socket. And then extend the leg behind you. Step the foot up as far as you can as you exhale. Ooh, I forgot, you got to make space for this foot so you can move your blocks to the right. First few breaths, tuck your toes behind you, pick up that back knee and rock forward and back. You keep the front knee bent. Kind of pivot on the ball of your back foot. And you can move side to side too. Just kind of let this be a little exploration of your hips today. You can move your head from side to side too, just to stretch the neck. And then eventually you lay your back knee down. Straighten up the front leg. You can pop the blocks up to their higher height. You can bring them back. You can step that front heel forward. Inhale, there's like a brightening in the belly, the chest, the face. Keep all that space. Exhale, just start to fold. And you pulse like that a few times. Your spine's like a wave in the ocean, rising as you inhale, Softening out and down as you exhale. Relax your jaw, that helps the hips. And eventually you settle down into what feels like, oh, this is the deepest stretch right now. And you can move that foot from side to side. You can move your hips from side to side. Just let it feel good. Stretch your toes. And if you've gone far, like if you're down low and then you're like, oh, that's too low, you can come back out. You can give yourself what you need. It's not just like a linear one-way journey here. Okay, breathe in through the nose. From the mouth, let it go. 2 more, inhale. Open the mouth, exhale. 1 more, deep breath in. Let it go. Okay, you can start to rebend this front knee just to loosen up the shape, adjust your blocks, bring the left knee back to meet the right. Hands on the blocks on the lowest, tight up at the top. Cat, cow, or again, tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. And you can give yourself a couple breaths there. Let's call it 5. And see if you can lengthen out your breath. See if you can smooth out your breath. There's a little tea for you. Full service. Such good breath. 1 more. Biggest breath so far. From the mouth, let it go. You're going to walk your feet up to your hands at the top of your mat. If you want, you can pop your blocks up again to a higher height. Place them a few feet or a few inches, maybe like a foot in front of your feet. Press into your blocks. Lift up halfway as you inhale. Feel your tailbone move back. Collar spread. Keep your chest broad. Exhale, fold. Your belly touches down toward your thighs. You can bend your knees like a lot. You can bend your knees a lot. Okay, a couple times like that. You lift up and out as you inhale. Out and down as you exhale. And 1 more like that. Breathe in. Breathe out. Soften your knees. Come all the way up to standing. You can roll up your spine or bring your hands to your hips and squeeze your hips to come up. And then once like the blood rush kind of settles in your head, you can reach your arms up over your head. Bend the elbows again, just like you did on your back. Press your feet down. Keep the knees soft. And then start to arc the body over to the right. Take a few breaths there. See if you can bring your arm bones back and then your head back too. Yes. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Feet press down, come back to the middle. That's an inhale. And then stretch to the left. That's an exhale. Yeah, a couple breaths there. You can kind of pulse with it. Go right to your edge. Move your head back. Yeah. And then why don't you take it side to side a few times? You can just kind of move 1 breath, 1 pulse at a time, 1 bend at a time. And the next time you pass through the center, reach your hands straight up. That's a breath in. And then bring your hands to your heart. That's a breath out. Keep your hands here. Feel your chest rise as you breathe in. Let your shoulders relax as you breathe out. 2 more just like that. Chest rises as you inhale. Everything softens as you exhale. 1 more time. Breathe in. Let it go. Keep it just as easy. Reach your arms up as you inhale. Maybe the gaze tilts up too, even if the eyes are closed. Exhale, soft knees, deep dive all the way down. Lift up halfway as you breathe in. Step your left foot back as you breathe out. You can walk your blocks back so they're on either side of your foot. You bend the front knee as you inhale, lift the chest forward, look toward the center of the room, even if the eyes are closed. Exhale, straighten the legs, lift the front foot. Yeah, so the toes rise, the back heel softens down. A couple times like that, bend the front knee, lift the back heel, that's the breath in. Straighten up both legs, drop your head, that's the breath out. 2 more, breathe in. Breathe out. 1 more time, bend the knee, breathe in. You can open the mouth, straighten the legs, exhale. Okay. You're going to bend the knee as you breathe in. Bring your right block to the inside of your right foot. And then as you breathe out, turn to the long left side of your mat. You can bring both blocks with you. Your toes, yeah, you're going to look out the window there. Yeah, good. Your toes are slightly in, your heels are slightly out. And you can start to bend through your knees one at a time. You can move the blocks around. You can keep them in one place. And it's side to side with the hips, but it's also like a little circular, almost infinity loop kind of motion for the hips. See if you can find that too. That's going to give you nice space in the low back. And all the while, remember when we started on the bolster and how much space that gave you around your chest? See if you can keep all that space. And then the next time you pass through the center, you can straighten up both legs. You might step the feet in a little closer just to give yourself a better base. Bring the blocks right beneath your hands, right beneath your shoulders, and then press into them as you inhale. Lift up halfway. Fold, exhale. 2 more pulses of the spine just to lengthen and lift. That's the breath in. Soften down as you breathe out. 1 more time, inhale. Fold, exhale. You can stay down. Maybe your forearms come to the block. Some of you might be able to access that. It's okay if you can't. And then you can let the weight drift forward towards the balls of your feet. It's going to feel almost like you're going to fall forward. So then reroute the heels onto the floor. Yeah, to keep the weight kind of drifting forward. You can keep that little bend. Yes. And then put a breath into your mid-back. That's an inhale. And soften down. Exhale. Good. A couple more like that. Breathe into the mid-back. Feel a little bit more length in your spine. Press down here. Exhale. Fold into the space you just found. 2 more. Breathe in. That's it right there. Yeah. Good. 1 more time. Inhale through your nose. Open the mouth. You can stick out your tongue. Exhale. And then soften up the shape. You can start to bend through the knees one at a time again. So it's like a little bit of surfing. This poor little dog. Okay. And then the next time you bend your right knee, turn your toes back around. Bring your blocks with you. You'll square off your hips. Drop your left knee to the ground. Some of you will keep your hands on the blocks. That's a good balance. Some of you will let the arms float up if the balance is there. If you got the arms up, as you exhale, open the elbows wide. Good. 2 more like that. Breathe in. Breathe out. Move the head around. 1 more time. Inhale. Open the mouth. Let the hands come all the way down. You can pop your blocks back to the low height. Bring your right knee back to meet your left. You can cat-cow your spine. You can travel back to child's pose, or you can tuck the toes and lift the hips downward facing dog. You'll take 5 breaths wherever you land, and you can change your mind if you need to. Bend your knees. Yeah, good. All right, deep breath in. Deep breath out. One more time, inhale. Open the mouth, exhale. If you're not in down dog, just bring yourself there for a moment as a transition and walk your feet up to your hands from there. So you're coming back toward the top of the mat. Yeah, you can pop your blocks up to the highest height. Press into them as you lift up halfway. And fold again as you exhale. Good. 2 more like that. Halfway rise, that's a breath in. Soften down, that's a breath out. And one more time. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, and make your way up to standing. You can roll up your spine. Take the arms up over your head. Bring your palms to touch if your shoulders will let you. And then exhale here. Open the elbows out so the arms are like that W shape. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, open. And one more time, breathe in. Open the mouth, breathe out. Reach the hands up as you inhale. Bring your hands to your heart. Exhale. You can keep your feet about hips distance apart. You're going to bend your knees and sit back into your heels. You can reach your arms up alongside your ears. See if you can keep your toes light so the weight drops backwards. Keep your chest broad. Inhale here. Then exhale, sweep the arms back. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, arms back. One more like that, really strong in your legs. Good job. Inhale. Exhale, interlace the hands behind the back. Breathe in, lift the chest. Exhale, start to straighten the legs and fold. Keep reaching your bound hands over your head toward the floor behind you. You can take a nice long look to the right. And a nice long look to the left. And then a couple times like that, you just shake out your head. You can let your hips move. They can move. Okay, lift up halfway as you breathe in. Release your hands to your blocks. Breathe out. Inhale again, halfway rise. Step your right foot back. Exhale. You can place the blocks right on either side of your front foot. Bend the knee as you breathe in. Straighten up both legs as you breathe out. Try that 3 more times. You can move at your own pace. If there's a place that feels good to pause, you can pause there. The next time you bend the knee, bring the blocks inside the left foot, and then you can spin to face the right long edge of the mat. Turn your toes slightly in, your heels slightly out. Adjust the stance so it feels like safe and sturdy, but also like a little bit of a challenge. And you can bend the knees one at a time. If you want to add the shoulder stretch, right, you can take the arms out wide like wings, or even just open one arm up at a time. As you bend the left knee, open the left arm. As you bend the right knee, open the right arm. And then you'll straighten up both legs. You might toe heel the feet in a little bit closer together. Press your hands into the blocks, lift up halfway. If the balance is there and you like that shoulder stretch, you can bind up the hands behind your back again. You might even see about holding on to opposite elbows or your shirt. Yeah, wherever you are, peel your collarbones apart, broaden the collar there, yeah. And then exhale, keep all that space, fold down, let your head drop. Yeah, and you can wave the spine 2 more times, lift up halfway as you inhale. Soften back down as you exhale. One more time, breathe in. And fold, breathe out. And you stay there, you shake out the head, or just take nice long looks to the right and the left. Relax your jaw. And just feel how that lets the weight of the head drop a bit more. Spread your toes. Feel the soles of your feet stretch. And then feel that release travel up the whole back body, back of the legs, back of the hips, low back, mid back, upper back, all the way up the neck to the base of the skull. Give yourself one more bright breath in. Open the mouth, you can release the hands, exhale. And then again, soften the knees. You just kind of surf from side to side, move to the right, move to the left. And then keep it real groovy and low. Turn back to the top. You're going to bring your blocks with you. You can square off the hips, tap your back knee down. Hands can always stay down, right? That's steadier. But if you feel that ability to reach up through the arms, that's a breath in. Elbows come wide, that's a breath out. 2 more, breathe in. Breathe out. And one more time, inhale. Open the mouth, stick out the tongue. Good, hands can come all the way back to the blocks, pop them down to their lower height. Bring the left knee back to meet the right. You can cat-cow your spine. You can come to child's pose or downward facing dog. 5 breaths wherever you land. Such nice breath. 2 more wherever you are. Let it go. And one more time, breathe in. Open the mouth, let it go. If you're not in child's pose, come down to child's pose. Let your body land. We'll meet there. And then you can walk your hands back and sit up on your heels. And then swing your legs around in front of you. Okay, keep these nearby. And you can take your bolster in front. I think it's worth it to fold up the blanket a few times. Give yourself a nice smooth edge in the front. And sit right up on the edge. Okay. So you're gonna bring the soles of your feet together. The knees are probably in the air. So take the blocks and bring them on whatever height you need. Close enough in to support your knees. Take your hands to the fleshy part of your seat and pull it back. So you feel the bony part of your butt. Press down into that folded edge of the blanket. You can bring your hands to your ankles, the tops of your feet. Press your seat down as you sit up tall through the crown of your head. Exhale, let your shoulders relax. A couple more breaths just like this. You might close your eyes because this is kind of an inside job. Exhale. A couple more. Okay, listen. You can stay up sitting very tall. You can always reach forward towards your bolster, and you can start to hinge at your hips to come forward. So you're coming forward just a little bit, maybe like this. You hug the bolster, rest your chin on the bolster. Some of you might have more space to come down. You can hug the bolster like this, but I want you to preserve all that nice space around your heart. And you can always just sit up tall. And then every time you breathe in, brighten through your spine, and feel your knees kind of move toward one another. And then as you exhale, you can press your knees wide toward the blocks and let yourself kind of fold down a bit more. Yeah, and it's a good reminder that it's not just forward progress. You can move from side to side. It's kind of like you're rocking yourself into like a softer place. And the props are here so that you don't have to work so hard. You can let yourself be supported. And last few breaths here, almost like you could soften into the support beneath you like you would into a really good hug. Okay. Last breath in wherever you are. Open the mouth, let it go. If you're leaning forward, you can start to ease your way back upright. Lay the bolster down. And kind of lean back so you can bring your hands to the outsides of your knees and then close them together. You can step the feet apart and just let yourself kind of integrate here. And keep the left forearm in front of your knees. Take your right hand behind you for a twist. If it doesn't come all the way to the floor, you can just bring it to your own low back. And then as you breathe in, sit up a little taller. As you breathe out, see if you can twist a bit more. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more good breath in. Open the mouth, let it go. And then you can switch sides. So you bring your right hand in front, hug your right hand around your knees. Left hand comes behind you. Sit tall as you breathe in. Twist as you breathe out. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, come back to the center, unwind, and kind of kick this off to the side. Find your strap. So extend your legs forward and toward one another. Some of us will have mostly straight legs. Some of us will be more like this. Your hamstrings will tell you what the good word is. Okay, press your seat down. And then if you can, close your eyes or just really focus your attention on your low back. And as you breathe in, lift up out of the low back. Exhale, relax your jaw. And then to the mid back. Inhale, lift up out of the mid back. Relax your shoulders. Exhale. To the upper back. Breathe in, sit tall. Relax jaw and shoulders. Exhale. This might be good work for you today, right here. Sitting up tall. But if you can keep that length and start to fold forward, you might even take that side to side pathway down. So kind of leaning to the right and then to the left. And if you feel your heart close off, come back up. Breathe into the low back, mid back, upper back. Let's call it 5 more breaths. 5 more breaths. Four more breaths. 3 more breaths. 2 more breaths. And last full breath in. You can open your mouth, exhale. Come up slowly. You can lose the strap. You can roll your shoulders. You can kind of shake out the legs. Take your hands behind you. It's almost like you're like resting, lying on the beach. And then slide 1 foot back at a time. Make sure you got a good spot for your hands behind you. You got both feet on the ground. Press your chest forward as you inhale. This might be enough. Exhale, you can stay here. Or the next time you breathe in, press into your hands and your feet. Start to scoop your hips up toward the ceiling. Exhale, stay. Deep breath in. Deep breath out, relax your neck. 1 more inhale, hips up a little higher. Good job. Exhale, lower the hips down. You can rest your arms on your knees and just move your wrists around, your hands around, move your head around. Okay, wherever you are, nice deep breath in. Open the mouth, stick out the tongue. And take your hands to the floor. Slide your seat off the blanket. Place the blanket to the side. Make sure your blanket and at least one of your blocks you can reach. You can move everything else to the side. If you know you like your blanket or your bolster for the end of class, make sure that's nearby too. And come onto your back. And you're down, so just take a moment to feel like yourself. You can stretch, you can move, you can breathe in any way that you like. Okay. When you're ready, bend your knees, place your feet on the ground, and walk your feet in so they're pretty close to your butt. Your feet are about hips distance apart, and your knees track right over your ankles. You can let your hands rest wherever they are. And then press your tailbone into the ground so you feel your low back kind of curve away from the floor. And then press your tailbone toward your heels so you feel your low back flatten. And you try that a few times, just pressing down and forward. And keep your attention on your breath. And you might stick with that movement. That might be like, oh, that feels nice on my back. I like where I am. Just those pelvic tilts. But you might also scoop your hips up off the ground so they're floating in space. You can place a block or a blanket underneath the back of your hips. So you got like a little support there. So it looks like this. Your feet come on the floor. Walk your heels back toward your body a little bit. Walk your feet back. Yeah. A little bit closer together. Good. Not quite. Good. You're perfect. And then if you want, you can lift your hips up. So keep your head down. Let's use the blanket. So lift up your hips. Yeah. Good. And then you can rest them there. Is that good? Okay, good. Yeah, that's perfect. You feel good, Marisa? You good there? Yeah, good. Okay, so whatever's underneath your hips, let your hips be heavy. Let them drop down into that support. Come back to that breath that we started with. Feel the beginning of your breath in down in your belly. Feel the middle of your breath in rise to your ribs. Top of the inhale, the chest is filled with the breath. Exhale from the chest to the ribs, to the belly. Breath in, belly, ribs, chest. Breath out, chest, ribs, belly. And stay with that. Okay, last few breaths here. The next time you inhale, you can hold your breath at the very top. And when you need to let it go, open the mouth, exhale. And take a few like that. And eventually, you can lift up your hips a little higher so you can kind of tug out what's underneath your hips, your block, your blanket, and move that to the side. And then you can lay your hips back down onto the ground. Let your back settle. Let your back feel very calm. And then carefully, gently hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a little squeeze, and you can rock from side to side. And eventually you can let your knees come all the way to the right for a twist. Take your arms as wide as you can, as wide as is comfortable. Be like cactus arms. And take a few breaths like this. When you're ready, come back through the center. That's a breath in. And then let your knees fall to the other side. That's a breath out. And give it one more good inhale. You can open the mouth, exhale. And come back to the center as you breathe in. You can take any final movements, any final stretches as you breathe out. And then there's nothing left to do but rest. And you can rest on your back. You can lie all the way down. You can spread out. You can rest on your side. Like if you sleep on your side, that's probably a nice place to rest right now. You can roll onto your belly. If you sleep on your belly, you can rest on your belly. You can take your blanket. You can cover yourself up. And find a place that feels comfortable, like you can stay. take a few generous breaths, just nice and easy into your belly. And let your eyes close. And feel the weight of your bones. See if you can let your body be heavy and loose and relaxed. A deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Just rest. Shavasana. Okay. You can slowly start to deepen your breath again. Bring your attention back into your body. Open your mouth as you exhale. Relax your jaw. Take a few like that. And start to bring some life back into your body. You can stretch, you can move. Just like how you'd wake yourself up on a day where you didn't need to rush. Take your time. And we'll sit together for just a moment at the end so you can find your way up into like a comfortable seat. Very comfortable if you can find that. If not, stay where you are. If you want one last stretch like we've done a few times in class, you can scoop the arms up over your head, hold on to opposite elbows, and just let your body wave side to side. Stretch straight up as you breathe in. Bring your hands to your heart as you breathe out. Last breath together. Inhale. Open the mouth. Let it go. Thank you all so much. Thank you. Thank you. Good job. Good job. Good job. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So we have this beautiful creation in the back of the room. One of our members very secretly took pictures of, not with consent, I didn't know, secret to me, asked people before and after class if she could take their picture, and she had them all printed out. And this is like, I don't know, there's like 75 faces up there, which is wild. So that's not everybody. That's not everybody. Yeah, so I have, well, no, we're gonna fix it. I have a little like Polaroid camera back there. And so if you want to add your face to the board, I'll take your picture. You can take out, you will do it, and then it will get you on the board. Next month, it's our 1-year anniversary. And so we're doing a little recommitment to practice. And so if you put your picture on the white part of the board, every time you come in June, you can put a little gold star around your picture. And some of you will come every day. Some of you will come 3 times, 4 times, whatever. It's just a little like recommitment to practice. So if you want a picture, I'll take your picture. If you're already up there and you want to move to the white part of the board, and then the stars will come on Saturday. So, okay. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.